and happening right now. If you're flying out for the long holiday weekend, this might impact you. A partial government shutdown is underway after lawmakers could not come to an agreement on funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Your reporter, Sierra Jordan, is live at Bradley International Airport with what travelers should expect this morning. Good morning, Sierra.
Good morning, Taylor. Lots of TSA employees here at Bradley are still working this morning, but without an approved budget, they're on duty without a paycheck. And for travelers, this could mean that they could face delays as we head into the holiday weekend. Here at Bradley and airports across the country, TSA employees are still showing up to work, and right now, they're not getting paid. That's because Congress couldn't agree on a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security. The holdup comes from a dispute over proposed changes after the deadly shootings of Renee Good and Alex Peretti by federal agents in Minneapolis. Some lawmakers wanted new rules, like a requirement for warrants, restriction of federal agents wearing masks, better ID of DHS agents, putting an end to detaining people without verifying they aren't U.S. citizens, and many more. Air traffic controllers aren't affected. Their funding is already set. But TSA staff who are part of DHS must keep working without a paycheck until a funding deal is reached. There is no timeline for when this partial government shutdown will be over, but if lawmakers reach a deal within the next 2 weeks, TSA employees and other airport staff should be okay. Your reporter live in Windsor Loch, Sierra Jordan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Back to you, Taylor.